It started, as these things often do, with a plan so audacious that nobody saw it coming. Not Tony Stark, not Peter Parker, not even Nick Fury, sitting high in his shield helicarrier watching. Always watching, but this time blind to what lurked beneath the surface. Wilson Fisk, the kingpin of crime, had always dreamed big. Owning the city wasn't enough. The constant interference from the likes of Daredevil, Spider-Man, and whoever else decided to don a mask that week made his hold feel, at best, temporary. So he decided, if you can't eradicate the heroes, why not control them? It began quietly. Kingpin turned his immense resources away from the usual battlegrounds. No more block-by-block brawling. No bombs in city halls. This time he bought every shell company, every security contractor, every scientific startup that might brush up against Stark Industries, Oscorp, or even the Baxter Building. He had a knack for finding loyalty or manufacturing it. And slowly, bit by bit, he inserted people into every rung, every lab, every control room that kept the hero engines running. The first major domino to fall was Daredevil. Matt Murdock, forever fighting a lonely war, was singled out by Kingpin as new ethical algorithm, a legal victory that looked like progress for Hell's Kitchen, but really poisoned the well. When Murdock realized the city's court system owed its upgrades to Fisk Technologies, he attempted to fight back. But by then, Kingpin had leverage. Secrets, finances, all wrapped up in red tape Fisk himself engineered. Murdock fell not in battle, but in courtrooms, his reputation ruined and his options stripped away. Iron Man was next. His suit, seemingly invincible, depended on, of all things, microprocessors manufactured in a plant Kingpin now owned. It started as a malfunction, a targeting error in the left gauntlet. But then Stark's entire AI network began to glitch. Jarvis became silent. In place of words, a new directive pulsed through Stark's helmet. Property of Fisk Technologies. Stark, cornered by every system he once trusted, was forced to yield before his entire fortune crumbled. In Queens, Spider-Man thought himself clever, nimble enough to dodge any web Kingpin could spin. But the city's new smart surveillance system was disguised beneath the pretense of safety. For every web swing Peter tried, the system tracked his unique movement, feeding it to Kingpin's analysts. Spider-Man couldn't hide. The city seized Aunt May's house, foreclosed on his meager life. With nowhere else to go, Parker found himself face to face with Fisk, forced to take orders first small, then not so small. Eventually, there was nobody left for Spider-Man to save except the man who broke him. Some heroes, seeing the way the winds were blowing, tried to resist. Captain America, ever the symbol, rallied a resistance. But Kingpin, now wielding heroes as both shield and sword, turned public opinion seamlessly. Rogers found his people vanishing, rounded up not with guns, but by heroes he once trusted. Luke Cage guarded the prison. Jessica Jones ran surveillance on would-be rebels. Even Thor, tricked by a data-forged illusion, was lured off-world and stranded among strangers, unable to find the Bifrost home. The world changed. Crime didn't stop, it simply wore new uniforms. Now, every hero-esque good deed was a transaction meticulously documented by Kingpin as companies and sold to the highest bidder. The news played carefully edited clips. Spider-Man apprehending terrorists, once known as protesters, the unbreakable Captain Marvel enforcing no-fly zones over Fisk-controlled airspace. Everyday life was quieter. Certainly the criminals on the street wore suits, but crime rates on paper plummeted. By Kingpin's metrics, he was the greatest hero the world had ever seen. The Avengers facility stood empty. Doctor Strange's sanctum flickered with new wards, sealing magic itself behind corporate patents. Nobody fought monsters in alleyways or battled gods above the skyline. There were still superheroes, dozens, hundreds even, but they no longer fought for justice. Only for the one who owned them all. Years passed. Kingpin's visage adorned skyscrapers, his words echoed in every press release, every hero's mission statement. To the world, peace had come. But it was a peace written in contracts and enforced by iron fists, where the line between hero and villain had been erased, redrawn, and quietly, utterly, bought. It was in a way the world Kingpin always wanted. No chaos. No masks in the dark. Just order his order with the world's greatest defenders on his payroll. And for those who remembered what came before, the only question left was, in a world where heroes served the Kingpin, who would dare rise up next?